Following the Chinese New Year, and despite claims by much of China's official media that the whole country is full of optimism, China has entered upheaval in the Year of the Dragon. We previously reported on the mass shooting in Shandong Province. This type of case is on the rise. Recently, a similar vicious case was reported in Henan Province. Because of YouTube's rules, we won't go into detail. Previously, social revenge took the form of hurting people indiscriminately. Now it has evolved to include arson, where mountainsides are set aflame. In recent days, fires have broken out in several cities in Guizhou Province, located in the southwest part of China. On February 21, 2024, an old man's house was destroyed by a mountain fire. He howled in front of the ruins. His daughter said, "The fire is out now, but the house is burnt down, and there is nothing left." Among such tragedies, one mountain fire was found to have been intentionally set. At around 1600 on February 13, 2024, a local police station received a call that someone had set a fire on a mountain. Through investigation, the police identified a suspect. A villager surnamed Zhu explained that he was upset with his life and then wanted to vent his anger by setting fire to the mountain. At present, the arson suspect was criminally detained by the police and the case is being further investigated. The official announcement simply states that the cause was due to the villager's life being not as good as it could be. We don't know the real story, but judging from many other cases, we can see that the so-called life not being as good as it could be, in fact, means much suffering. This is February 20th in Shanghai. Investors of high-end wealth came to the headquarters to defend their rights. Conflict erupted at the scene. One protesting individual fell to the ground. A man on the side shouted, "My mom has a heart problem." High-end Wealth is China's third largest financial management company. On December 14, 2023, High-end Holdings announced on the Nasdaq market that due to China's economic downturn, the company had redemption problems with financial products it had distributed on behalf of its clients. The managers of these products were unable to reach deferred payment agreements with the relevant clients, and investors turned to the company to demand payment. The blowout of high-end wealth reflects that China's real estate crisis has spread to the middle class. The reason for its blowout is mainly because the products it distributed have investments in well-known developers such as China Evergrande and Sunac China. The amount is as much as 3 billion yuan, or more than 400 million US dollars. Since then, hundreds of investors, often in groups, have gone to the headquarters of High-Yin Wealth and other locations to defend their rights and demand that High-Yin honor its financial products. But virtually every such move has been met with stabilization efforts by the police, and a number of investors who were unwilling to leave have been arrested. It's no different in High-Yin's case. Here, an investor questioned the Shanghai Lujiazui police station on the phone on February 21, 2024. Are you police triads, or are you an official police station?
Don't speak like this.
Then why do you behave like a triad?
We'll verify that information and get back to you.
You don't need to verify anything. Yesterday, the police had filmed everything. You can just check that. What made them dare to knock down a defenseless old man to the ground?
We will transfer this record to the police. They will investigate it.
Don't you think that just because you are police, you have power over us? Don't you know that it's people who give you the authority?
Let me record what you said. I'll give the record to the relevant leadership, okay?
I am not done yet. Why did you have to manhandle an unarmed old man? Why didn't you let us, the people who are owed money, go into this company? It's a scam company. Was it wrong for us to go in and demand our money? Did we make trouble? Why didn't you let us in? Why did you block us? Why do you forcibly throw people into cars? What else can you do but bully the people of this country? Who pays your salaries? It's us taxpayers who pay your wages. Why are you so cocky? The official title of the police in China is the People's Police. Serving the people is their slogan. For a while, Chinese people believed the police serve the people, but today, police have explained the true meaning of their slogan with action. Here, in another province, police intercepted petitioners, people who tried to report their injustice to the government. The police will clear the venue. You have 3 minutes to leave the premises, or you will be taken to the police station and be punished according to the law. On behalf of the police, I would like to tell you that you aren't average civilians. You aren't here for sightseeing. You're here to report your problems. You're here to petition the government, and you need to leave right now.
You won't let us petition.
I serve the people, I don't serve you. Do you represent the people? You only represent yourself, so don't make this about you, okay? Who do you represent? You represent the people? You ask me to serve the people? Who do you represent?
Aren't you supposed to be serving the people?
Eventually, the police officer ordered the protesters to be arrested and thrown into the police car. This is the logic by the People's Police today. Some people are the people, some aren't. Here, on February 18th, hundreds of teachers from the private sector rallied en masse at the municipal government to demand that the authorities improve their retirement benefits.
They won't let us stand in front of the city hall. They kicked everyone out. They kicked everyone out to the parking lot. Look, how many police are there? They're here to crush us. Look at the police cars.
Obviously, these teachers aren't considered part of the people either. The following group of people are demanding wages from a police vocational college. They gathered outside the police vocational college and held banners to demand their owed wages for constructing the new campus. In the eyes of the police, they are even less qualified to be part of the people. In a troubled society, even monks have no peace. China's nearly 100,000 dams have devastated the country's ecosystem and are largely responsible for the recent annual floods. But nothing has stopped the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, from building more dams. On February 20th, 2024, local officials forced villages and temples associated with this county on the upper reaches of the Yangtze River to relocate and make way for a hydropower station. Monks and civilians kneeled down to plead with government officials to stop enforcing the relocation order. Local protesters had previously gone to the county government to urge it to stop the project. This planned Gongtua hydropower station is a main station on the upper reach of the Jinsha River. In November 2011, various levels of governments came together and finalized a hydropower plan for the upper Jinsha River basin. It would launch a series of hydropower stations with a total installed capacity of more than 10 million kilowatt hours, with the Gongtua station being the main one. Local Tibetans point out that the ecosystem of the Jinsha River basin is already fragile and is threatened by climate change, desertification, and soil erosion. The operation of hydropower stations is likely to change the river's flow, water temperature, and water quality, affecting the river's natural functions and biodiversity, and may also increase the risk of earthquakes and other geological disasters. In addition, the Jinsha River basin is the traditional residence of Tibetans. Constructing a hydropower station will result in tens of thousands of Tibetans along the river being forced to relocate and lose their land, houses, farmland, and ancestral graves. They see this as an infringement on their lives, beliefs, and culture, as well as trampling on their ethnic freedom and equality. Thus, on the day before the rally, Tibetans gathered in front of the county government, chanting slogans, refusing to move out of their land and demanding that the authorities immediately stop the project. Many police arrived on the scene and got into a shoving match with the protesters. Soon, this video disappeared from China's social media Weibo. The rally should have been crushed by the People's Police. Among the various social crises in China, how can we miss the rotten-tailed, unfinished buildings? In November 2023, a report released by Nomura Securities, a Japanese financial services organization, said that China's unfinished pre-sale homes are staggeringly high. Its chief China economist estimated that China had about 20 million unfinished pre-sale flats. This report concluded that it would take about 3.2 trillion yuan, or about $440 billion to complete the construction of these homes. Here, owners of an unfinished building are seen marching in protest. The public's anger over rotten-tailed buildings is usually directed at the developers, but the following video reveals another reason for unfinished buildings in China. On February 15, 2024, a man from a northeastern province of China posted a video claiming to be the developer of a rotten-tailed building. He said with tears that it wasn't his fault that the building was unfinished. My name is Zhang Wenhua. I came to Changchun to invest and build homes. This is the property I developed. In 2011, I invested and developed a project in Changchun. It was almost completed in 2016, but the owners still can't move in till today. I apologize to you all. I am very upset. Triads in Changchun blocked my construction site, smashed my office, and seized my project. They threatened, intimidated, and robbed me of the project. They blackmailed the project capital, forced loans, and charged high interests. They also collected protection fees by force. They extorted away more than 500 million yuan from me. It's not a small amount. Lord, please save me. They are the evil dark forces that are bullying the market. Is there anyone to keep them in check? How can I explain this to the home buyers? I can't fight the evil forces on my own. Who can help me so that these home buyers can move into their homes? Thank you. 500 million yuan is equivalent to 70 million. A triad that dares to extort such a large amount of money isn't the average gangster. Who is behind it? Who protects it? The comments under the video show that many netizens believe that it's the CCP government or the local police that's behind it. The video received more than 100,000 likes on Chinese social media before the comment section was removed, then the video was deleted. We previously reported on the collapse of the entire roof of a gym in northeastern China that killed 11 students. In an effort to calm the society, since 2010, the Chinese government has launched a system whereby the State Council would supervise the progress of major cases. In other words, higher-level governments are involved to make sure the tasks of investigation, processing, and rectification of major cases are completed by deadlines through social publicity and various other means. According to the provisions, the people's governments at the provincial level should complete the investigation within 60 days after receiving the notification from the State Council. In this case, after the State Council exceeded the required time by 4 months, on February 21, 2024, actions were finally taken concerning the collapse of the gym. That is, other than 2 people responsible for the accident who passed away due to illnesses, 51 other people have been prosecuted because of the accident. Among them, 6 people were prosecuted by the judicial authorities, 5 people were recommended to be prosecuted by the judicial authorities. 33 officials were recommended to be disciplined in various ways, such as serious warnings within the party, political dismissal, and downgrading of professional and technical job ranks. Another 7 were recommended to be given administrative punishments, such as fines and revocation of certificates of safety production assessment. Below the comment section of the video apology of the local leaders released by the People's Daily, a wide range of netizens expressed their disappointment. Just when it seemed that the gym incident could be brought to a close, history repeated itself on the same day. A video showed damages from a roof collapse of a hospital building in Jiangsu Province amid a cold spell that swept through many parts of the country recently. The First People's Hospital of Suqian was seen having a gaping hole in the roof of one of the lower-tiered buildings, where debris seemed to have all piled up inside on the ground floor. The video was located from buildings and signage which matched satellite, file, and street view images of the area. It's like one cycle after another. When the fundamental systemic problems aren't solved, the same things keep happening over and over again. As far as the CCP is concerned, if they can't solve the problems, they will solve the ones who are supposedly raising the problems. Strengthening the surveillance and crackdown on the public is the only way the CCP knows. The British Financial Times reported that dozens of Chinese state-owned enterprises have set up People's Armed Forces departments in recent months. Among them are Shanghai State-Owned Investment Group and Shanghai Urban Investment. They set up in September 2023. The unlisted elite group, China's dairy leader, which followed suit at the end of 2023, marking the first case of a non-state-owned enterprise in Inner Mongolia to have such a department. Mengniu Group, Yili's main competitor in Inner Mongolia, set up People's Armed Forces Department in May 2023. The People's Armed Forces Departments were a subsidiary organization of the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, during the Mao Zedong era, which recruited soldiers at the county and village levels. In one report, experts are cited not to take the establishment of the People's Armed Forces Department by Chinese companies as a sign of preparation for military mobilization against foreign enemies, but rather a reflection of Chairman Xi's heightened security concerns and worries about the risk of social instability in the face of China's slowest economic growth in decades. Xi doesn't seem to realize that China today is very different from the days of Mao Zedong. The mindset of the Chinese people has changed significantly. On March 5, 2024, the most important annual meetings of the CCP will be held, namely the two sessions. In the run-up to these meetings, anti-driver graffiti has surfaced in many parts of China, especially in Xi'an, the capital city of a western province. The word driver has been used by Chinese netizens as a reference to the top echelon of the CCP. The graffiti reads, "Drivers are banned from making up more than 40% of the members of the National People's Congress, banned from leading the country, and banned from making policies. Reject drivers' sovereignty over society and stop drivers' right to referee." In January 2024, some people in this city started My Rights graffiti. Here is one piece of the work that reads, "I have the right not to buy a car. I have the right not to learn how to drive. I have the right to travel and take only buses and subways. I have the right to smash the car that has bullied or terrorized me. If I can't find, remember, or catch up with a particular car, I have the right to smash other cars to vent my anger. I have the right to demand that NBC drivers not exceed 40%. I have the right to have my walking area not encroached upon. I have the right to demand that drivers be banned from leading the country, and I have the right not to be injured by falling objects." These actions have not only shown the will of Chinese citizens to resist, but also reflected a strong demand for political reform. Despite government repression, the voices of resistance and criticism continue, demonstrating civic courage and determination to pursue change.
共产党！习近平！习近平！解放新疆！解放新疆！解放新疆！解放新疆！